An unnerving sight in Central Florida, a giant sinkhole on the verge of swallowing up an entire house. The hole suddenly opened up in a Windermere backyard. It's 100 feet wide and 50 feet deep. The family had to scramble to remove their belongings after the hole devoured 4 trees. Inspectors say the family cannot go back inside because the house is not safe.
The hole is enormous and apparently still growing. Much of the ground simply collapsing in just one night. The Lambro family woke up Thursday morning to find their Windermere, Florida backyard gone. The massive sinkhole, which has already swallowed 4 trees and a hammock, has now grown to at least 100 feet wide, 50 feet deep, and it is growing.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 12 minutes past the hour. It has been a rough year for birds in South America. More than 7,000 birds have turned up dead in both Chile and Peru. 5,000 alone in Peru, and at least 2,300 along beaches between Cartagena and Playa de Santo Domingo, Chile.
ところが正午過ぎ、突然竜巻が発生して試合が行われていた選手たちの方に向かってきました。
発生した竜巻はつくば市東条です。
Yeah, there we go. You can actually.
Today, an unusual weather phenomenon surprised part of the valley. Several dust devils swept through, creating big wind gusts that caused some major damage.
This photo from a viewer shows a tornado-like formation of wind and dust tearing through Las Vegas.
It was focused. It was just focused in one area because it didn't come over there. It didn't come over there. It just came straight through here.
Down the street, more damage to a vacant restaurant. Winds ripping apart the building's front entrance. As the Action Newshawk flew around the valley, we spotted similar formations popping up all over. Witnesses are left trying to wrap their minds around what exactly they saw.
Where did it come from? Look at the clouds. This is crazy. Crazy weather in Las Vegas.
Ya se picó ese verga, ya se picó.
One mother's afternoon with her family went terribly wrong when rocks she picked up on the beach caught fire in her pocket.
These harmless-looking colored rocks collected during a family trip on this Southern California beach are now the subject of an intense scientific investigation.
There were actual flames coming off of her cargo shorts.
This photo shows the burned shorts belonging to the girl's mother 4 hours after the 43-year-old put the rocks in her pocket after they had returned to their house in San Clemente.
We responded to the call. We found that a 43-year-old female did have severe burns to her leg, second and third degree burns. Third degree is very serious. That's when you have actual skin sloughing off the body.
There were 7 rocks. Field tests found traces of phosphorus, the flammable orange chemical used in matches.
It'll burn right through flesh, bone, and skin. I've never heard of anything like this before.
To the paramedic today, he's been on numerous calls for 27 years. He's never seen anything like it.
Another shaking surprise for the Piney Woods for the second time in just a week, and just the 4th time since 1981, an earthquake rocked East Texas.
While many of you were sleeping, Italy was shaken by a deadly earthquake. At least 6 people were killed in the quake centered in northern Italy. 50 others were injured. There are fears that more victims could be found when search crews reach remote villages in the region.
The feeling is that the Earth really hasn't entirely settled down at all. Within moments of us getting here, we felt another strong tremor accompanied by the sound of crashing masonry.
We are seeing some incredible storm damage in parts of Minnesota tonight. Just take a look at this. At one car dealership in New Ulm, wind knocked the windows out of almost 100 vehicles. It wasn't a tornado and it wasn't hail.
Strange lights in the night sky that some are calling UFOs. Neighbors say they've seen these lights for weeks now.
It was up in the sky and just dropped. You know, how many feet, I don't know, but it just dropped and then stayed stationary in that lower position.
Multicolored orbs hovering in the sky. You've seen them with your own eyes?
I did, Brad. I was out here for the past 2 nights looking at these strange lights in the sky. Neighbors, as you said they've been seeing them off and on for several weeks now. Now, nobody knows where these lights are coming from or what's bringing them out.
The night of our interview, we spotted similar sightings. As the sky darkened, one of them appeared.
It's like vibrating lights, red, green, and blue, and it's nothing I've ever seen before.
But a man is fighting for his life after he was reportedly attacked and his face half eaten by a naked man near the MacArthur Causeway. When police arrived on this truly bizarre scene, they say they were forced to open fire on the alleged attacker and kill him.
Sources say one man was chewing off another man's face, ignoring police orders to stop.
The man rushed here to this hospital, had no face left, that he was completely unrecognizable after
had his face completely eaten from the top of his forehead to almost his jaw.
It wasn't just that he was being bit, it's that the person was actually swallowing pieces of his face. The initial shots had no effect. He had to repeatedly shoot him about 4 times until the man collapsed.
The naked attacker now dead on the sidewalk. There he is on the left. His now faceless victim lay on the ground next to him, likely writhing in pain as sources say he no longer had eyes or a nose.
For several days now, protesters have crowded the streets of downtown. But what is expected to be the biggest demonstration...
And then this police van tried to come knock a person down right here, and they're calling out for a medic. Look. Okay, so listen, things are changing a lot here.
A suicide bomber, nearly 100 dead, more than 200 wounded.
Within hours, the Al-Qaeda affiliate in Yemen claimed the bombing was in response to the deadly strikes from U.S. drones and Yemeni ground troops in recent weeks. This is the first time in Al-Qaeda's history they are trying to dig in, rather than living as a nomadic secret terrorist group always on the move. In Yemen, they are seizing territory, starting to grow into a sort of terrorist nation in 5 provinces and presence in a 6th.
Tropical storm of the season to make landfall. Tonight, what's left of that system is still churning.
Beryl was the overnight guest no one invited. Ghostly beaches whipped by sand. Unused deck chairs rocking at the end of the dock. The East Coast hasn't seen a May storm like this in more than a century.
Tonight, large swaths of the Southwest are ablaze. A furious fire rages in New Mexico's Gila National Forest. More than 122,000 acres up in flame. Large fires are burning in 8 states tonight, and a sweltering heat wave has had a grip on a huge swath of the Midwest. This spring, on its way to being the hottest on record. Temperatures soared again into the night.
In the West, 6 states are under fire warnings. The air quality so bad in places, health alerts have been issued. Wildfires are spreading that smoky haze from New Mexico to Nebraska. Then there's Hurricane Bud off Mexico, which made history overnight, a Category 3 with winds topping 111 miles per hour for a time. The strongest storm ever this early in the season.